Good morning, everybody. So with today's video, I'm going to give you 7 outdoorsy fragrances. What do I mean by outdoorsy? Well, mossy, earthy, woody, green. That's what I mean by the great outdoors. I love the great outdoors. I'm originally from Northern Ontario. I'm based out of Toronto now. I've been here for over 20 years. But the outdoors is just a part of who I am. I love my hiking, and whenever I can, I love my fishing. These fragrances remind me of the outdoors. They are perfect for the springtime, which is we're rolling into now, but as well they're also great autumn fragrances. First one, not in any numerical order, is going to be La Lick Pour Homme. 1997 release, and I'm going to say this is probably one of the more affordable ones in this list. These are all affordable for the most part, but some might be like 30 bucks, while some might be like $60. This is like 30 bucks. Oh, what, I feel like my dad wore this back in the day. Like he would have worn this back in the day. I don't think that he did, but it reminds me of my dad in some ways. Guys, my dad is also from Timmins, where my roots are Northern Ontario. So if you're from there, you know the north. But this one does remind me of my dad. It's very woody, it's mossy, it's earthy. There's a lot of cedar, sandalwood. You're gonna get oak moss, patchouli. There is gonna be a little bit of iris, lavender, rosemary, with citruses of like bergamot, lemon, and more. I think there's also pomelo. This is just very woody, like densely woods, with a little bit of rosemary, lavender, and a little bit, and of course the citrus with a smidge of iris. It's a man's man type of fragrance. It does have that 90s vibe, but for me, this is a timeless classic. For the sake of time-wise and for editing purposes, I'm not going to go into great detail about these fragrances, so they will all be down in the description box below, except for this one here. I gotta redo it because I screwed up. Wish I didn't, because I filmed it in the outdoors. Prime. The leaves were falling. Kenzo L'Homme Intense. I thought that this was the original Kenzo L'Homme. That's why I had to remove that video, and I'm like, why is this not, like, why am I getting the wrong notes? Because I could have sworn that I bought the original, not the Intense. People were saying, hey, you know, like, the Intense one is more blue than the original. So, and when I looked at the bottom, and I had to really do this because I'm getting older, they were right. So I had to take that video down, so I will be redoing this one. But this is an outdoorsy fragrance that reminds me of like on a Ping Lake along Highway 144. You got all these coniferous trees, and like you got like the waves crashing against the rocks and the trees themselves. It reminds me of that. There is fig tree, sandalwood, akigala wood, patchouli, vetiver. There is going to be sea notes. There is katie loin along with fig and a little bit of spices. But for the most part, just woody, aquatic with a little bit of spices and a little bit of earthiness. Really nice. Like, I wish I didn't screw that video up, because again, it was just prime, like the leaves falling in the background and everything. This for me is more spring than autumn time, but I do think that you can wear this one in the autumn time when it's starting to cool down a little bit. When it's like late October, early November, nah. Unless you live in the southern US where it doesn't get overly cool, then yes. But yeah, it really does remind me of up north, just like with the trees and the rocks and the waves crashing against the shore. Great everyday scent. Next one is going to be Kenneth Cole Mankind Legacy. This is a little bit different from their other legacies. I would say that this one is going to be one of the more masculine ones because it has a lot of balsam fir, along with rosemary, pink pepper, cedar, amyris, vetiver, and clary sage. So it's definitely woody with some moss, like some mossy amyris, so a little bit earthy, and of course that clary sage. It's a little bit more old school than the other ones from this line, and I feel like it's a little bit of a different direction that Kenneth Cole, the brand overall, has taken with this fragrance. I think it was a good step. Did it really pay off? I'm not exactly sure. The brand overall I like, but a lot of people just think it's you know, I've always been a Kenneth Cole fan, fashion and fragrances, but for me, this is like an everyday scent. All of these are pretty much everyday fragrances. but it does have this outdoorsy freshness. This is, I would say, a little bit more fresher than, let's say, this one. This one is definitely fresher than this one because of the C notes, but very underrated, and for 30 bucks. Next fragrance, this brand just does great outdoorsy fragrances. They had their heyday back in the day, the golden years of Fragcom. I'm an old man, I prefer those days, but they were just a lot more popular back then. But that's going to be D Squared Greenwood. Back in the day, their bottles were, let's say, like this, but like just like a square, but they had like wood trimming around. They've kind of like went this way, which, yeah, I don't know why, but it's simpler to hold, I will say that. But aesthetically, the other ones were just best. They've all have this outdoorsy feel. Doesn't matter which one you got, but this one here has like cedar, it's got musk, lemon, it's got resin, vetiver, cypriot oil, there is santolina or something like that. So like a slight floral touch, but for the most part, it's just woods. Woods, lemon, it's got this freshness, so like the ambroxan, along with the musk and a little bit of amber. For me, this is kind of like the Pacific North. You know what? No, it has like this. If you're from BC, you know what I'm talking about. Like the lower lands, you got like the fields, and then you like in the valley, kind of has that vibe. My uncle used to live in BC, used to live in the interior, and also used to live in central BC, Williams Lake, BC, British Columbia. He was a conservation officer for like, I don't know, like 40 years, retired a couple years ago. But I know that he himself, who is not really a fragster, would like this and would say it kind of reminds him of home. Next fragrance is going to be Burberry Hero, the original, the EDT. So there are four. You got this one here, then it's the Eau de Parfum, then I think it's the Parfum, and I think that there's an Intense. I might be wrong. This is my second favorite, but first one is going to be the EDP. The EDP is a little bit different than this, but they do have the same similarities because there's three different types of cedar: Atlas, Virginian, and Himalayan. But there is going to be juniper berries, there is going to be lemon or some sort of citrus, along with black pepper. This is just woody with citrus and a little bit of spice. Super aromatic, very dense with the woods. The EDP is going to be a little bit denser and a little bit thicker. There's a little bit more going on, but it does have the same three cedars. But this is just a great overall fragrance. There is a certain freshness from it, from the lemon or like that citrus accord, but the juniper itself is also quite nice. But if you love cedar, this is one that you definitely got to try out. Next one is going to be Issey Miyake l'Odyssée Bleu. There's a lot going on in this fragrance. Now when you look at the bottle itself, you're thinking, okay, this is going to be a very blue fragrance. Yeah, no, absolutely not. This is just woods upon woods upon woods with some earthy tones, but you are going to get a lot of cypress. There's a lot of juniper berries. There's going to be a lot of cedar, sandalwood, oak moss. There's going to be lavender, ginger, rosemary, lime, orange wood, along with ambrette. Like, there's a lot going on in this fragrance. For me, this is more of a woody, spicy sort of scent because there is, like, I think nutmeg, there is star anise, so a lot of spices. A lot of spices with a lot of woods, and I would say, like, the opening itself, there is a lot of citruses, but I would say it's a little bit more earthy as well. And last but not least, if I had to give top three favorites from this one here, this is most certainly top three. D Squared Original Wood. This for me is definitely smells like the Pacific Northwest. Oh yeah, there's a lot of crispness to this. It's fresh, it's woody. The reason why that this reminds me of the Pacific Northwest is that there is aquatic, so like sea notes, and it feels like it's like the sea notes that are crashing against like the rocky shores with the trees over top the rocky shore, but you also got this brisk northerly wind as well. But there is violet leaves, there is Guatemalan cardamom, silver fir, Haitian vetiver, cedar, musk, patchouli, and I believe amber. Overall, it's just super aromatic with that violet leaf. The violet leaf is what adds that crispness, that adds that like brisk northerly wind. But you do get the aquatics, the woods, and as well, that musky nuance. This for me is a prime outdoorsy fragrance that's not going to break the bank. This is like $25 to $45 Canadian, depending on where you look. $20 to $30 USD. It's great bang for your buck. It's like an everyday fragrance for myself. And guys, that is 7 outdoorsy fragrances. Any reviews that I've done on these, they will all be down in the description box below, minus this one. I will fix my error and I will redo this one for sure this spring. If you like this list, if you like this very video, please drop me one of these. It does show YouTube and the algorithms that you like this type of content. Trust me, it really, I hate asking, but it does help out. What videos to watch next? Well, why don't you check out right here. So guys, thank you for your time, take care, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.